Small urban terraces may measure modestly but pack immense potential, expanding green rejuvenating spaces outside homes and apartments. You need sprawling acreage to craft engaging gardens. Even compact terraces transform through creative spatial planning and tiered plantings, fostering sanctuary amid bustling cities. This article explores terrace gardening ideas from layout designs and planter selection to planting techniques, maximizing foliage, textures, and colors, thriving vertically within tight footprints. Maximizing layouts. Plan small terrace gardens thoughtfully, assessing sunlight, wind, and existing hardscape barriers, determining optimal placements, activating vertical growing space. Curved spiral planters and wall-mounted rail gardens occupy narrow edges vertically instead of much-needed deck areas, better reserved for seating arrangements. Freestanding planter tower pyramids stack staggered sized pots strategically into stepped sun-loving elevations without footprints. Measure overall terrace dimensions and sketch possible layouts, incorporating targeted circulation paths, conversation areas, container plans, and experiential zones like entrance transitions. Make gardens multi-sensory with elements engaging sight, sound, scent, and touch. Install hardscape areas first, decking, tiles, or concrete pavers defining spatial boundaries, before anchoring planters and permanent beds. Doing so allows easier transporting bulky bags of soil across solid flooring into desired positions without soiling existing plantings. Elevating planters. Almost any ordinary container uplifts into an artistic display with proper elevation and grouping. Setting pots at staggered heights adds needed depth, providing all plants adequate light access without overly shading shorter species, an inherent challenge on narrow terraces flanked by building walls. Multi-level shelving steps planters incrementally, with smaller pots working well on upper ledges and larger vessels below without overwhelming compact spaces or sightlines. Freestanding steel displays elevate planters into the air without building semi-permanent timber structures. Displays easily move remixed arrangements, chasing optimal sun exposure as seasons and neighboring obstructions shift. Install commercial-grade wall-mounted rail planters or place ordinary nursery pots into exterior wooden window box containers affixed securely to walls and existing railings, bumping planting beds away from limited ground-level real estate. Cascading foliage. Maximize vertical dimensions with cascading foliage and vines, optimizing airspace. Filler plants like ivy geraniums, sweet potato vine, Supertunia petunias, and colorful succulents pour generously over container edges, softening hard urban edges. Let English ivy and flowering clematis vine freely along cables secured between posts and prevailing walls to camouflage rigid surfaces. Try dwarf Japanese maple varieties grafted for pendulous branching, holding compact form. Underplant weaving displays with shade-loving impatiens, hostess, or coral bells. Where overhead vertical space allows, hang planters alongside mounted rail gardens to optimize airspace. Extend height with obelisks and trellises paired with climbing Boston ivy, hyacinth bean vines, or curlicue clematis cultivars supporting vertical rise across narrow horizontal planes. Anchor towering plantings with weighted containers, preventing precarious tipping during windstorms. Planting and maintenance. Tight terrace planting begins by amending commercial bagged soils with extra perlite, vermiculite, or peat to improve drainage, preventing waterlogged roots within enclosed containers. Top dress beds, annually replacing depleted layers after seasons leach vital nutrients. Space plants appropriately. Air on underplanting, allowing spreading room as gardens mature over years. Annuals swap out easier than overgrown shrubs requiring transplantation, so build frameworks with reliable perennial evergreen and deciduous returns. Auto-watering irrigation techniques efficiently nurture contained planters. Consider using passive hydroponic watering spikes, reservoir globe terracotta pots releasing moisture gradually to plant roots, or easy DIY wicking systems made from absorbent ropes connecting planted pots to bottom water reservoirs, maintaining consistent soil moisture levels between manual watering. On utility access terraces, Mount hose reels nearby for convenient plant care without lugging unwieldy hoses through homes routinely. Use rolling side tables or gardening caddies to transport commonly used tools, eliminating frequent trips indoors for missing trowels and scissors. Small terraces elicit greenery's restorative benefits through careful space planning, multi-level displays, and cascading foliage, optimizing vertical dimensions over limited ground-level real estate. Structural additions like obelisks facilitate climbing vines scaling upwards. Auto-watering planters and elevated rail gardens simplify maintenance. Most importantly, thoughtfully position groupings to allow aromatherapeutic plants, textural foliage, and visually appealing colors flourishing within confined city spaces, transporting nature's beauty and renewal adjacent daily living.